Um, so I was listening to this podcast. It's Chris Coyer and Dave Rupert, the shoptalkshow.com. And they were talking about some React or something with pricing and the subscription models and open source and so on. And then one guy got into his email Rant spam, and then Chris also went on to this SEO spam and Yoast plugging, and then they rant about the Google Analytics and this algorithm that's being chased, and they like, what, screw this, it just seems so scammy and trickery anyway. It's quite something. I like the way they put it. These guys are great. Without further ado,
I wish people would start thinking that way, but I guess there's so much code in React right now, like that's where people start, you know. So I don't know. I guess
it's weird that would be a requirement. You'd think that you aren't alienating the React crowd. Like, it looks like this thing could be React people will use it, will they not? Or does it have to have React stamped 20 times on the outside of it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you'd think there's enough WordPress sites that people would want to build stuff for WordPress sites. But yay, what am I talking about?
I was spicy on my blog yesterday as I was. I don't know what. There's a number of things in a row.
The SEO one. You're mad about SEO.
I was mad about SEO.
Tell me about it. Get it off your chest.
Because I kept thinking about all these things that are related to that 3-letter acronym, search engine optimization, that are just annoying in my life. One of them is that it's just endless emails that you can't really block as spam because they're from who knows what and they just look like a text email. But there's some jerk, some piece of freaking garbage trying however they can to convince you that you should put links to them on their site. It's just unbelievable amount of email content. So that's annoying. But that's just some slime ball, right? Not every SEO person is that. Let's put them in the slime ball bucket and move on, The
idea that you stole my email address from LinkedIn or some list or something and you emailed me, like, I don't operate like this. Like, why would I ever, if you stole my email, why would I ever give you money? You could be the best company in the world. You could say it's free $10,000. I would never email you. Like, if you just like, I'm never going to reply back. I'm not going to like hire you to whatever boost me. I'm not going to hire you to, or like put your boss on my podcast. I'm not going to do that. Like, it's just the scammiest behavior. It's the bottom of the food, the human food chain, in my opinion. Just people who like find an email address online and decide they are entitled to email it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Hell yeah. Just unbelievable. Entitlement is a good way to put it.
Yeah. Why are you entitled to email me,
So there's that. And like I said, let's put them in the slime ball bucket. Here's something I wouldn't put in the slime ball bucket is all the nice people, for example, who work on like Yoast SEO. It's like got to be the #1 WordPress plugin, right? Like, I've met Yoast and we've talked. He's been nothing but nice to me over my career. So I'm not trying to like crap on your entire business, but that plugin annoys me. I've used it for a million years and I'm over it. It updates like every 5 minutes with thousands of changed files. And I don't even like the stuff that it's starting to do, which is like, you need to use more keywords and stuff and AI. And I don't know, just like, it's hitting me over the head with this concept of SEO that I just don't like. I'm just super over it. So I'm on this tear to tear all these SEO plugins. It's not only that one, I've used other ones off of stuff because it's just such a hammer of stuff. And it started to occur to me that like the whole point of this is just trickery. It's like to take my stuff and try to beat the other guy and put it on top of their stuff. Yeah. The whole point is like, I'm not writing this for human beings. I'm writing for machines because I want to beat an algorithm. I want to beat everybody else. I don't care how good your content is. Mine's the most important and I want to be above you. it's this little rat racy thing, and it changes over time too, right? So the rat race just will continue forever with algorithmic changes and stuff. And nobody's thinking about people. They're not trying to help people. They're trying to beat algorithms, and that bothers me.
Well, and it's not like you don't hear a lot of like, dude, we got to be at the top of Bing. Dude, we got to like, what's our Bing strategy, you know? Like SEO is to appease one company, which has so much power. No offense if you work at Google, but like you just have a search monopoly, and like it's to appease one company that people are doing all this stuff. It's like, because there's money in it. I think that's what it comes down to. You know, there's just massive amounts of money on being on top. But this happens too in other things. Like people pay to get they pay to people to buy their app in Malaysia or whatever, so that they can be at the top of the App Store, you know, because if you're in that top 10 of the Apple App Store, that's like 2 million X more downloads than zero, you know, like than one download. So
right, the incentives are so high,
but
yeah, people they're making money, and that's so it doesn't matter what I think, you know, if there's money, people are going to do it, and there's that. You know?
But could you imagine if we like tooled, like, I don't know, if this is 30 years ago and you're like, we got to make sure our business shows up at Sears, man. That's really important. like,
yeah,
we got to show up at the top of Sears, get our refrigerator on an end cap. You know, I guess people used to do that, but
true.
But
and there's also stuff like, what if you had a conference for front end developers and you did the keywords, you search for front end developer conference, and some conference 3 years ago showed up at the top? You'd be like, oh man, am I so bad for wanting to try to beat them out? Like my conference is coming up. Like, shouldn't I win in some way? Or like, there's thoughts like that don't seem so malicious to me, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I cannot play that game. It doesn't seem good to me. And then there's this whole idea of like, if I play that game and everybody else is playing that game, that means Google needs to fight against us. Now there's smart people over there that need to be like, okay, well, this is what these people are doing. We need to kind of de-emphasize that, because what we're trying to do is have the best content be at the top. I mean, assuming good intent here, which I do, Google wants to put the best stuff at the top. But they have to fight to do, like, you know, to constantly adjust algorithms better so that it's not slime balls winning. It's the best content, and they have it. They're up against the wall, probably trying to get that to happen. And they have other incentives, like showing lots of ads. Like, I don't know, maybe we'll keep people on Google's website and we'll pluck crap off of the website and just put that information at the top, so you never even have to click at all. Just stuff like that. That seems like,
yeah.
It just is that bothers me too. So I'm bothered by emails. I'm bothered by the software. I'm bothered by what's happening with Google. And I'm just like, man, I just don't want to even think about this and play this. And then of course I read this great Verge article from Amanda Chicago Lewis, she goes to like one, you know, there's a lot of people that are like kind of upset about the article. I'm not one of them. I thought it was hilarious. She like goes to an SEO conference in like Miami or something, and it's, you know, she meets some very nice people, interesting people, and not so good, you know, and
some douchebags.
Yeah, of course. But the industry does attract that kind of people. Just does, you know. I hate to say it, but you know, there's some people that pushed back against me for even mentioning that article. You know, like just clickbait garbage. I'm like, I don't, whatever. Read it. I have thoughts. This comes from my experience. You know, like it's not just like whatever Amanda Chicago Lewis says is what I say too. I'm like, I just think she's wrote about it eloquently and pulled lots of sources from other people that are upset at what search engine results pages are like these days. It's not just her thoughts alone. She interviewed people. It is a whole very interesting story.
I love the person who tells Chris Coyer, formerly of CSS Tricks, like gives you advice about SEO. Like, yay, man, SEO. You don't know SEO. Yeah. Sure. Like
I was occasionally, like I used Yoast SEO, and then I used some other one too that I thought was like would get us all as a team kind of like doing more, like before we hit that publish button, can we make sure this page is like kind of checks all the boxes of what it should be doing? Like I'm not hiring incoming link farmers or anything like that, but you know, if the title is about this. Let's make the title something that people would want to click, and let's add alt text of all the images, of course, not only for accessibility, but also because that's an SEO tactic as well, and use headers without the thing that used the keyword. And like, I didn't last very long doing that, but I did have moments where I was like, yeah, we should probably think about keywords and stuff. And now I regret it. I won't do that again. I'm done with that.
Well, it's hard to, I mean, you just, yeah, I wish it was just like you said, I think in your post, just like, can I just write stuff and it be good and then I get rewarded, like not play the game, could I just not play the game? And so,
right. And you can, but it's a longer term game. Like I say, this is how it should be, and Google will eventually reward you for your hard work. It's true. If I decided to really get into quilting and started quiltingtricks.com and I wrote 2-3 times a day for 10 years, I'll probably get pretty good quilting search result terms. And you got to be honest and you got to do a good job. It's got to be good content that actual quilters want to read eventually.
Yeah.
That's real. You can do that, but nobody wants to work for 10 years. I get it.
No one likes the 10-year answer. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
They don't. And I don't necessarily blame them, but that's the deal. So
you mentioned ads. I recently went through all my subscription services and started canceling them. Like saving like $70 a month on crap, But
sure.
One of them I downloaded.
Oh, it's so satisfying, isn't it?
It's so good. I feel like it should be a national holiday. I feel like, or every like equinox or something, or every like autumnal and vernal equinox is just reset the subscription day, right? And so, because all my subscriptions went up in prices, I assume it's because of the writer's strike. But like, did the cost of sending digital content go up? I doubt it. So like, why did all these get more expensive? But anyway, sort of as a consumer protection to be like, hey, well, if you're going to just raise prices and not provide more value, then I'm out, But one thing I cut back was my YouTube Premium, which gets you like no ads and stuff like that.
Oh my God. How did you do that? You did it? Really? Did you install some kind of ad blocker or something?
No, I'm just experiencing the ads. And what's interesting is it's like having the opposite effect. It's maybe the intended effect. I want to watch less now. It's like I used to watch 20 videos in a row. Now it's like 2 or 3, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. It was a way to
taper yourself off of it.
Yeah, sort of like a self-control thing. And then even for some things, like we're going to like the ad version of Disney, which is like kind of risky. Or we had ad Hulu, but like ad version of Disney, and it's like, if we find ourselves like, God, there's a lot of ads, or like, annoyed, like we'll pay to remove the annoyance, but like kind of choosing the ad supported thing. I know that's sort of like, I don't know, stupid to like, why would you ever want to watch ads? But it's just kind of like I don't know. I save more money if I just get through the ads every once in a while, So I don't know. It doesn't ruin my life to like watch a 40-second commercial. So it's funny to watch services like dial ads up and down too. Like they'll hit you with one ad, or they'll hit you with 5 in a row just to kind of try to get more out of you. Instagram does this, Twitter does this. It's like end of the month, watch it, because they like start putting more ads, I think, to like end of the month, end of the quarter. The like number of ads goes up for sure.
Oh my God. I just watch it. Love it.
Yeah. It's gross.
Oh, it's funny. It's I don't know. I do get a kick of how that stuff works. I'm a watcher of the occasional. I want to watch a Wisconsin Badgers football game. I try to catch them on Saturdays when I can, unless like some real life stuff comes up. I'm not one of those dads that's like, I'll be on the couch. Don't bother me. But there's the occasional Saturday where it really kind of doesn't matter, and I'd rather just have it on or whatever. I remember not so many years ago, it was really hard to even get it. You got to sign up for this weird Big Ten network thing, and it's $80 a month or something, and it may or may not work on your Apple TV where you want to watch it, or it was just hard. Now it's just like weirdly easy. Sometimes it might be like, oh, I got to download Fox Sports or something, but that'll work. Or I don't know. It's just, maybe it's just been random happenstance, but I feel like it's gotten a lot better. People want your money, of course, but if you want to watch something, you can find a way to do it.
Well, yeah. Sports is a hard one though. Yeah.
It is.
It's like, I don't know.
Have you, forever I use the Apple TV because I like the interface. It's like, Roku's cheaper and I like some of the spirit there, but I really dislike the interface. Very sorry, I can't do Roku. And then we try the Google one, Chromecast.
Yeah,
also
Chromecast.
not my favorite. I want like a decent remote and stuff, and I do like the Apple TV remote because the scrubbing is super nice. The scrubber is just excellent.
It's pretty fun, yeah.
And okay, but there's problems with now. I got an Xbox, brand new. I'm part of the Xbox Club. I would like to have a little Shop Talk show party on there if everyone wants to get out their headphones and play Animal Party or something.
I wonder if I think I set up a Shop Talk show group a long time ago. Maybe I deleted it, but we could get a gamer club, a Shop Talk gamer club on Xbox. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know, once in a while, I got it because I wanted to play with another friend. Is going through some stuff. So it's like, I want an excuse to, like, maybe this is a man thing, but like, I'll call him anytime, but we'll talk for 10 minutes, or 15 or something, but not hours.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know why. It's not because I'm like, well, I'm a man, I can't talk, but it just, I don't know, it feels like, all right, brother, see you soon. Yeah, it's just my style. But I feel like if we were playing games, it could be more bonding over whatever. Just an idea.
Not to unplug from gender stereotypes, but I have heard men in particular are way more objective based in their relationships. But decouple that, it can, you don't necessarily have to fit in this box, but like if you're more like, some people are kind of more objectives, like, you work and you're friends with people at work, whereas some people are more like natural relationship makers, and so they kind of build relationships wherever they go. So my wife and I happen to fit the gender stereotypes, I'm sure, but it's interesting. So
indeed. Yeah. But so, and I've had a Switch too, is still relatively new, but I have that. And my smart TV's interface isn't totally awful.
Smart TV interfaces are not my favorite.
So it occurred to me that like for stuff like Hulu or Apple TV or something, I have 4 things attached to my TV that can watch. Which feels a little weird.
It's a lot, huh?
I want to watch out. It's a lot of stuff that can do the apps, and we kind of gotta choose, And I was like, I don't never like the TV one because I know that the TV is like subsidized cost based on it, so it's probably reporting ungodly amounts of information through the internet. So on the TV, I go into settings and I turn off any Wi-Fi, anything. Like you're not allowed to connect to the internet. I trust the Apple device more in that way. Not that I'm tinfoil hatty, but I'm like, I also don't want you using my bandwidth. That goes off. So that one's out. Apple TV is good as I like the remote, but not, then Switches, I feel like it's still